Oh my god, we gotta start the stream now. We gotta do it now. We gotta do it now. We gotta do it now. I look great today. Hello. Hello, Mad Dude, Super Spike, Mingles, The Gentleman, Elsie, KG. Thank you, Atomic Thomas, for being a real faker for 8 months. My eyes aren't facing the right direction. I don't know how to fix it. John Turner, Salty Eggs, Cheese Manager, Swashing Buckles, Moon, Andres, Alex, Ghost Gamer, Star Hope. Okay. I'm here to stop eating candy. Jack, Rubber Soul, J-Rod, David, Jacob, Mr. Deuce. So, yeah. You know, a lot of live streamers, they're just straight up like eating burritos in the middle of their streams, and they're like, yeah, this is fine. This is like, it's like, because it's like their job, right? They just treat it like taking a lunch break at work. I could never do that. Who would want to eat when you're on a live stream? Hello, Bruce. See, I have chat on the same screen as like my big screen, but I still have the little screen underneath because that's what I set the webcam on. Any visual novel suggestions? Oh, you know, Hustle Cat. That's pretty good. Why is my monitor upside down? It's not upside down right now. But it's upside down because the plugs, the cables come out of the sides, and if it's the right side up, then they'd be coming out of the right side and getting in the way. Super chats take a long time to appear. Oh, did it not work? Where are you? Maybe they're broken. They're on. But thank you, Omega Makoto, for the $1.99. Thank you. Got a fest making mini donuts. Oh, what the fuck? Why'd that one work?
At a fest making mini donuts for my family.
That's just mean. Exclusatory. Rude. What are you doing? What brand is it? Doesn't matter what brand it is. It's like a made in China screen with a hole in it. I'm serious. Like, when you turn it upside down, you gotta put tape over the mounting hole because it's just like a hole to the inside of the computer. Well, to the inside of the screen. It's not good. It's not a good screen. I cook and eat a bean burger on stream. Yes, but that's because it was a cooking-based stream. But I'm not in the middle of doing, like, a game playthrough and eating, like, a burrito. It's the only reason you even noticed it was upside down. Yeah, but, like, you can set monitors to be in any direction you want. Well, 4 of them. And you can set it so that, like, your computer knows that, like, if it's to the right or beneath your other monitors, it's like a full thing. It's very elaborate, the setup they have. The only issue I was having is that you can set different backgrounds for each of the screens, but the image on the second monitor kept, like, resetting to the image on the first monitor, and it was annoying. So I just set it to slideshow for both of them. Now I get a surprise anime boy every half hour. What kind of burrito do I prefer? Bean. Just beans. You're sick. I'm sorry to hear that, Joshua. Joshua's very sick. We are all unwell. Yeah, beans. Beans is a big deal. I'm a big fan of beans. As you might be able to tell from the bean burgers, which I made. You ever hear about this? Me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beans. Exactly, beans. Joshua gets it even though he's dying. Beans are good for you, not the way I make them. I don't know. I don't think anybody would ever say that my bean burgers are good for you. They look like pucks of dog food. Beans and Franks. You know what? I haven't had a good beans with Frank in them. I haven't been putting any Franks into my beans. I've been putting onions. Crispy onion topping. Ever had cowboy beans? Yeah. They were one of the flavors during this Lay's create a new flavor contest, and they fucking lost to cheesy potatoes. You know, potatoes. The thing that potato chips are. They were a great flavor, and they're never gonna bring them back. I'm so mad. What are Frank? You know, like hot dogs. Put French currency into your beans. Nobody here understands me. Do you like chili, not the canned stuff, real deal chili? Only if it's not spicy. I don't like it when it's spicy. My YouTube account is glitched so I don't get ads. Oh, I just have a hacked APK. It's called Vanced. Or Revanced. Because Vance got sued, and then some other dudes brought it back, but you have to patch the app yourself, so, like, they can't give it to you, or else, like, well, they get sued, but, like, Google threatened to sue them. But they brought it back. You just have to patch it yourself, which isn't technically illegal. Of all options, cheese one. I don't remember what the other two flavors were. I just know that, like, the baked beans flavor was fucking great, and Lay's is never gonna bring it back. People voted wrong. We're too obsessed with cheese. There's only one true fake, the cat-eared fake. Man, I just did this because it's cute. It's, like, not even a part of my branding. Like, I'm just your average girl with purple and red hair. But nobody cared who I was till I put on the cat ears. Baked bean crisp sounds very British. Do you guys have those? Do you have those? You have to tell me. You know, I found something in, like, the foreign food aisle at the grocery store. I think it's a British thing. It's called Jaffa cakes or something. It's kind of just like one of those cookies that's, like, it's chocolate, but it has, like, raspberry jam inside it, but it's soft like a pancake. It's kind of weird. I don't like it as much as, like, the ones we have. Favorite type of bean? Kidney. Straight up, kidney. Black beans are alright. They're kind of hard to mash, though. Oh, refried pintos are pretty good, too. I like refried beans. I do like refried beans. I enjoy them. What's a navy bean? You only know of Jaffa Case from your Yogg's Cast days? Right. I remember those guys. I think when I was younger, I tried to like watch their whole Minecraft series and I gave up. And then like the next part was in my watch later for like 5 years. Usually the filling is orange. Yeah, but I got the raspberry kind. Yeah, Emily, I've bought the Jaffa cakes. They're all right. Not amazing. They basically kickstarted Minecraft in its alpha days. I feel like that's giving them a bit too much credit, but alright. Didn't their whole Minecraft series have like a storyline of people like invading their server and building stuff? Starfield is doing the same thing that Lies of P is doing. Where you get to play it early if you give them enough money. That sucks. I hope that doesn't become like a new industry standard. Oh, play it a few days early for extra money. Like, ew, like it's just gross. Like, I'm sure they're gonna keep doing that now. But like, yuck. Just yuck. Also, it's a Bethesda game. The last thing you want to do is play it early before all the fan patches have come out. Meat and beans stew. Oh, hell yeah. I was just eating a stew yesterday. It was chicken, though. They had to cancel it because it was impossible to continue. Yeah, alright. There was an Eldritch kind of thing infecting their server and then the series died. Well, you know, these days, like, continuing that story probably would have been possible. Oh, the dishwasher's done. Yay! Plays a hot boy in Starfield. Not from what I've seen. Every person I've seen live streaming it is just, like, making horrible monsters. Or, the guys from Djibouti Dubs who, made Tommy Wiseau. Favorite pasta sauce? Alfredo. I fucking love Alfredo sauce. It's so good. I love Alfredo sauce. Especially when you get into like the different flavors where like it's extra cheesy or you put garlic in it. I only like the jarred stuff though. Like the fancy stuff that like they have at restaurants that's like made with real whatever stuff. I don't like it. Having to avoid a big chunk of the internet to avoid Starfield stuff. Hey, I have a great way for you to avoid Starfield stuff. Go to tumblr.com. Nobody's talking about it there, except to make fun of how much space it takes up on your hard drive and how it's definitely not going to work on day one. If you want a place to hang out that is free of anybody talking about Starfield, go to Tumblr. Nobody gives a shit there. But you had to pay $120 to get it early? I don't... Listen, I'm gonna sound like a dick and a contrarian by saying this, but I don't get the hype. I really don't. It's just, you know, another Bethesda game, but without, like, an established canon or IP, and it's in space. Like, okay. Like, we still have the same, like, quality of storytelling as Fallout 4, but in space. It's bad to not know Alfredo sauce? Well, I don't know. It's not bad to not know things. It's just, like, expand your horizons. Fallout series was the peak of Bethesda. Yeah, but they didn't even invent the series. Starfield looks like it's being sold on, look at the size of this galaxy. Yeah, we did that before. It was called No Man's Sky and everybody hated it. Like, everybody was like, oh yeah, the later patches fixed it, it's great now. But remember when it first started, everyone was just like, oh, this is so empty, and they oversold us on this. You like space? Yeah, okay, fine. You're going to space. I only had carbonara. I thought carbonara was a pasta. I didn't know it was a type of sauce. I thought that was like the name of the pasta dish. I don't know how to pronounce pasta. I don't think Bethesda will manage that. No, but like it'll be, listen, Starfield will be just as moddable as all of the other Bethesda games that didn't work on launch, which means it'll be insanely popular. Hello, Zakinator. Pasta. Assume that was a Canadian pronunciation of pasta. I've just always pronounced it wrong. It looks like pasta. I've had people of all nationalities tell me I say it wrong. Carbonara is a pasta meal, but also can have carbonara sauce, which is basically a cheese sauce with bacon lardons. Oh. Well, I don't like bacon very much, so I prefer a Alfredo sauce. Eating the limited time flavor of... Wait, they flavored the Lay's like Cool Ranch? That sounds gross. I don't need to read. I don't like nachos. When was the last time I went to a zoo? It's gotta have been at least like 5 years. I don't know. Your dog left you. Oh my god. This is tragedy. They did surgery on a potato chip. Man. It's one of the worst things about novelty flavors. Like, what if you get hooked on them and then they stop selling them because they were just a novelty and they weren't like meant to last forever? It reminds me of salt and vinegar Ruffles. Ruffles, I think it's a Canadian exclusive brand, but it's basically just, you know, wavy potato chips, just chips with like ripples in them. They're called Ruffles. Pretty much the only flavors they had that anybody cared about for years was just like original and all dressed. But then they had salt and vinegar Ruffles chips for a limited time. And then they got rid of them. And I was so fucking pissed because their salt and vinegar chips were delicious. And then, after like months, they brought them back permanently. And that was a great day for all of fake kind. I love salt and vinegar so much. It's so good. There's salt and vinegar everything. Salt and vinegar hickory sticks. Salt and vinegar popcorn. I don't eat popcorn. Salt and vinegar Ruffles. Salt and vinegar Poppables. Salt and vinegar goldfish crackers. Salt and vinegar... Well, they don't have salt and vinegar Ritz, but they have those weird Ritz chips. Those probably have the salt and vinegar. But they should make regular Ritz crackers, but salt and vinegar flavored. They should do that. Salt and vinegar on fish and chips. Exactly. It was the craziest thing. One time, my family went to like this English-style pub that like, it was like a restaurant in Florida. And they didn't have like table vinegar. Like they would just like bring you the fish and chips without any vinegar. I'm like, okay, well, this place isn't authentic at all. Who the hell's gonna have fish and chips without vinegar? You fucking weirdos. I'm still mad about that. To this day. Will you make another Neko listener video? Probably, eventually. Have a can of pork and beans. I don't trust canned pork. Are you gonna be in One Piece? Oh, I'm fucking sick of hearing about this One Piece thing because Tumblr has just been running ads non-fucking stop for it. I haven't seen much of it because I've been on mobile, but apparently on the desktop version of the site, you know that fucking clown pirate guy? They just had like a PNG of him crouched on a barrel, just in the corner of the site, just there. He was just there. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. And then I remember, oh yeah, there are like thousands of people, or maybe millions of people, that are afraid of clowns. And this clown looks extra fucked up. So why did you do that? Just because Tumblr has a higher population than average of monster clown fuckers, it doesn't mean everybody likes to see them. That's rude. It's rude to assume that. They're breaking the clown code, exactly. But they are not, as some people purported, crossing the picket line because they're not part of the union. That was the dumbest thing ever. Like, people couldn't just be like, oh, this is annoying advertising. They'd have to be like, oh, they're crossing the picket line. No, that's not what that is. What's a Dravion? Alien Invader Girl ASMR? I don't know. I don't know. Any live action movies of anime series are bad anyway. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Vinegar on beans. I don't think I've tried it. You don't want to just have vinegar on the beans. You don't want to just have that. They'd have to be flavored first. Like, yeah, I like vinegar, but I'm not just drinking it. Remember the time Killer Clown existed? They've always existed for me. Ruffles are not a Canadian exclusive ship. Ship? We shipping the chips now? Okay, well that's good to know. At least some of you guys have... I've heard that all dressed is kind of a rare flavor in the States, like... But maybe it's becoming more popular. Okay, good night, Mia. Mirai Nikki Another World. Well, as long as, like... That's the one with, like, the pink-haired girl, right? I feel like you could make that work if you just didn't include the anime hair. Because I've always been under the impression that they give anime characters weird, crazy colored hair to, like, differentiate them. It's like, if they all had, like, ordinary hair colors, they'd look too similar. But when you're doing live action, people look different enough from each other that you can just be like, yeah, it is a regular person, you know? They're saying it broke the curse. Wait, for One Piece? Or the other one? How much of that bag have you eaten? The chips? I don't know. Most of it? There's still plenty left. But, you know, I didn't consider, because you know when you, like, buy a bag of chips, the stuff at the bottom is, like, always broken? You can, like, triple that with a giant bag. You don't have all dressed Ruffles? Then what's the fucking point of buying Ruffles? Because, like, that's one of the few brands that does all dressed. That's, like, pretty much the only reason why you would buy them. Unless you're, like, really into wavy chips. But now Lay's has wavy chips, so whatever. Drank too much coffee? Rookie mistake. I think I need to, like, fix my chat reader settings, make them last longer on the screen, because, like, they only last, like, 5 seconds. That's real short. Ruffles have ridges was the marketing phrase. Right, ridges. Buggy was born with his nose like that? Oh. That's even fucking weirder. Doubt that Netflix will treat One Piece well. Yeah, seriously. That was one thing I saw, like, a screenshot of a tweet about. What was it? Netflix is adapting One Piece, the series with at least 1,000 chapters, and they're a company that's known for canceling shows as soon as they like hit their third season. So yeah, it would be cool, but doing a live action adaptation of One Piece is just completely unfeasible unless like you cut out a lot, because either they're going to run out of money or they'll just cancel it for no reason, or the actors are going to age too much to possibly finish the story. Like, just think about how many years it would take them to adapt the entire series so far to live action. Those actors are going to be like 20 years older if they ever finish it. Is Fallout 76 playable now? I know, I watched Master Gurr play it, and he said it was fun. Luffy or Mr. Fantastic? I don't know. I don't know either of them. Probably cancel it after 1 or 2 seasons. Yeah. You know they ain't keeping that around. I assume there's a lot of filler they can cut. Well, you'd hope. I don't know. Mr. Fantastic, it's not even close. Alright, well, good for you. J-Rod, you owe me $3. Listen, if my model goes to shit, just... I'm drinking water. The water flowed over me. Ran the numbers, and to do everything before the time skip, they have to get out 6 seasons. Yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen. Excited for Uzumaki from Adult Swim. Ooh, me too. I've never read the manga, but just like the couple clips I saw, that looks really like artistic and stuff. Chat disconnected. What? Hey. Hey, stop doing that. Wake up. Wake up. Jesus. I didn't realize they could do that. You're embarrassing me. Get off the screen. There we go. Weird ass. What happened? We didn't lose connection. I'm on an Ethernet cable. I know. I dragged it all the way over here. Never-ending technical problems. Well, yeah. I literally spasm if I drink water. Ever see more merchandise? I don't know. It just doesn't really seem worth it. Too few people bought the merchandise I did put out, and I don't know. I don't really have like the designing skill to like make a cool t-shirt that people would want to wear. It just doesn't seem worth it. Did he give me $3? Go to my coffee page. It's ko-fi.com/fake ASMR. Want to buy a fake plushie? Okay, that's we definitely cannot afford to do that. Makeshift is not gonna take me on. Oh yeah, Chopper, that little reindeer thing. How the hell are they gonna do that in live action? It's gonna be CG and it's gonna look like shit. For each season, Nani's bust is edited bigger. That's like one of the things that like drives me kind of nuts, is that like I don't like One Piece's art style, but I especially don't like the way that women are drawn. Like what is happening? fake U2s. Okay, I think you guys are overestimating how popular I am. I mean, like, really, I'm not a professional. What even is a U2? I don't know. They're like tiny figurines. ProZD had one for a Cherem anime. If I get $100 for every Solid Snake comment, I'd be the richest person in Canada. Yeah. Nami redesign is so much worse than the original. What's the redesign? Or is that like from the time skip? They had a lot of transgender characters later in the series. I'm going to question that because I've seen endless debates over like the quality of representation in those characters from what I've seen just in posts here and there. So I'll give it a question, but you know, good for that series then. After time skip, yeah, I'd believe you. Some deranged individual wants to make live action adaptation of Berserk. What? I'll be quite honest, I don't see why that couldn't work. Berserk, it's just like, you know, fantasy. I know it's like dark fantasy or whatever, but it wouldn't, visually, I don't think it would be all that different from something like, say, Lord of the Rings or something. It's like that weird CG adaptation you had to watch out for. I saw clips. It looked bad. You need a minimum order of 500 for plushies. Yeah, no. There's no way 500 of you would buy my plushies. No fucking way. Now that Henry Cavill is free, he can act in Berserk as that guy. Do you think he could pull that off? I don't know. Like, if you were gonna make a live action Berserk, I think you would have to give it like a movie budget. You would have to make a movie adaptation and you would have to keep it far away from Netflix. Hello, Alphonse. Henry Cavill is a pretty buff guy. Yeah, but could he pull off the attitude? I don't know. I didn't see The Witcher. Warhammer 40k movie better be good. I can guarantee you it's not gonna be. It would need a movie budget and an R rating. Well, naturally it would need an R rating. Someone says your name correctly. How do you mispronounce Alphonse? How do you mispronounce that? Isn't that the name of one of the dudes from that anime? All Warhammer movies have been terrible. There's been multiple? Oh, are people pronouncing it Alphonse? That's really silly. Ignore that. Studios think PG-13 ratings make movies more profitable. Wasn't there like a bit of a few R-rated movies when like Deadpool did well? Some from the 90s and one in the 2000s. Well, I believe that the 90s ones and the 2000s ones would be bad. The 90s and the 2000s were like the heyday for terrible movies. Like, all the summer blockbusters were bad movies. It was rare to find one that wasn't shit. Because, like, that's when they first started using CGI that didn't age well, and no, we didn't have, like, the internet wasn't as widespread yet, so, like, movies being shit didn't get around as much. Henry Cavill is working on the live-action Warhammer movie? No way. Berserk looks edgy. Oh yeah, I've heard it is. That's why I don't want to read it. Like, somebody once described to me, like, the basic plot structure, like, Guts was born from, like, a hanged woman, and then he was raised by warriors, and like, it gets really fucking dark, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds fucking terrible. I don't want to read that. Like, I'm sure it's beautifully drawn and, like, very dramatic, but I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. Berserk is genuinely upsetting. Yeah, that's why I don't want to be there. I have a respect for dark content. Let me be very clear. I am not like those people that want to insist that, like, any negative thing should be, like, censored from media. No. Dark content has its place, and I believe it should exist. I just don't want to fucking read it. Remember Blank, the movie? Yeah, Scary Movie. Yeah, those were all made by, like, the same guys, right? They were all just, like, bad parody movies. Maybe, like, Claymore more than Berserk? What is that? What's that? You know, maybe Scary Movie can still be funny. I don't know. Although I feel like, doesn't it, like, reference, like, horror movies that were big around the time, like Scream? So maybe some of the context might be lost. Haven't seen the real dark stuff exists in Google's search engine? Bro, I was on the internet in the 2000s. I've seen some shit. Shit that no person should ever see. I've been there. Although I never did see that one with the two girls in the one cup. Because I couldn't figure out where people... Like, I saw a bunch of reaction videos to it, but I could never figure out where they were watching the video. It was probably on some porn website or something. I was like, how come I can't find this video on YouTube? I'm not gonna watch it. I'm glad I didn't watch it. I'm glad I could never find it because I was a dumbass kid. I did see people reacting. It was really funny. Imagine being over 25 years old. Yeah. Gonna have to change my moniker to late 20s. Sad. The day I hit 30, do I just give up the ghost and be like, hey guys, I'm 30? That's still a ways off. Because, like, as soon as I, like, stop saying, like, I'm in my 20s and then I'm like, I'm in my 30s, you guys are gonna know. You're just gonna know. Waffles or pancakes? Pancakes. I like pancakes. You should do a Deadpool ASMR. I don't know enough about the character. And also he's kind of annoying. No love for French toast? Of course there's love for French toast. I literally made that for breakfast this morning. I had a baguette that I cut into pieces and then I made a French toast. I've still got some left over because I always end up with way too much French toast. Does it ever annoy if people say you look younger than you are? No. That's kind of fun. I like to be able to fool people. Waffles have structural integrity. I don't want structural integrity. I want soft pancakes. I don't like the crunchy. Thank you, John Turner. You change your name to Forgery ASMR when you turn 30. That's pretty harsh. 40 is officially old in the legal sense. Right. Well, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm like 22, I'm so old, like, I have nostalgia for my childhood, I'm so old. Don't panic, alright? I know, like, I'm not in my 30s yet, so, like, I can't really talk, but I've heard from people in their 30s, and they're like, 30 isn't even that old. Like, really, even in your 40s, you could still, like, pass for being in your late 20s. Like, even though that's not really important, is just take care of yourself. Don't like how Fiona and Cake is an adult cartoon now. Yeah, I kept seeing that in Tumblr trending. I didn't watch the end of Adventure Time, and I didn't really keep up with it. It would be interesting to go back and see it all, but I don't know. Not, like, super into it. But I do remember back when, like, the first Fiona and Cake episode came out, I was really excited about it because I love gender bend AUs. I think they're so fun. And I remember watching it and just finding out that, oh, it's just a fanfic the Ice King wrote? Boring. When I were a kid, I'd say I want to be an adult soon. That didn't age well. I don't know. It's interesting to be nostalgic about being a kid when, like, I can think about all the days back then, all the fun I had, and just be like, oh, be interesting to go back. But I know in my heart of hearts, if given the chance, I wouldn't go back. I would not go back. Being a kid fucking sucked. Like, really, really sucked. Being a kid, like, yeah, there's fun to be had. You got a lot more free time, straight up. But it sucks because you have no freedom and nobody respects you because, like, you're short and people don't think that you have feelings. So, yeah. As I see a lot of posts about, like children's rights and everything, and they make a lot of strong points. Like, kids don't have rights. If like a kid's parents want to, like, force them to go to church, like, on Sunday, even if, like, that church is maybe part of a cult or what? This is fucking bullshit. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I see how it is. I say one thing about the rights of children to self-direct, and all of a sudden it's not okay to stream anymore. Yeah, I heard kids don't have rights before the stream went dead. I said something too controversial. It was too much. Look, I'm just saying, when I was a kid, like 5 years old, when I wasn't going to school, I had to go to daycare, right? Because, like, both my parents worked. I couldn't just, like, stay home on my own. And I fucking hated that. And I was a kid, I was like, but why can't I have some days where I just stay home and I don't have to go to daycare or school? And now I'm an adult and I stay home all the time, and it's incredible. It's great. I would never want to go back. I was dragged to the pub constantly as a kid. Maybe not exactly the pub, but, like, adult-only events that, like, have nothing for children to do. That didn't happen as often, though, because back in the day, people still hired babysitters. Also, hello, ambiguous. Like, today, if you go to a bar, like, at any time, chances are you will see kids there, because nobody hires babysitters anymore. Nobody does that. They just take them everywhere. Oh my god, yeah. Lowering the minimum working age. Like, fuck, man. Being a kid these days is so dicey, you know? I would never want to go back. I don't remember existing before high school. Let me tell you, there are things about my childhood that I wish I didn't remember. It'd be awesome if I could just cut off the beginning of my memory. I'll remember all the TV shows I watched, because I don't want to have to rewatch those. But if I just springed full form into existence at, like, let's say 23, That's good. It's all good. Ignore that. Car-centric society has killed the youth's ability to go anywhere besides home. Oh, yeah. Straight up. It should not take me 20 minutes to walk to the grocery store, and yet it does. I hate all city planning. Like, I've seen the cities. Just traffic all the time. I want to live somewhere with an underground. Because that's British, right? The British know what I'm talking about. Or, that's a thing in Russia, right? Where they have the metro everywhere. Like in that video game. Strategy is to have headphones. Have something to listen to while you walk. Yeah, but in most places there's nowhere to walk to. See, I'm very lucky, and I live near a very large graveyard that I can walk around in. But most people aren't so lucky. They barely even have parks. London Underground sucks. But do you have like, it's like the subway. Do you have that in other places besides London? Like, I just think there should be like an underground train system that goes to like every place. It's kind of just a London thing. Oh, that sucks. I don't know, as far as I know, only the big cities in Canada have subways. So Toronto, I don't know if Ottawa has one. Maybe Vancouver. I don't know, I just like underground trains. 20 minutes in the underground is equivalent to smoking one cigarette. The graveyard is better than a park. The graveyard is bigger than the park. Than any park. Listen, I'm not over exaggerating the size of the graveyard. The graveyard is bigger than like all the parks in town except one. And that's because it was like designed in the 1800s to be like a park. But of course, most people don't want to stroll around a graveyard for their park going adventures. It's not like there's anything for kids to do, so I don't know, we should have more parks. Need more swing sets. I love swing sets. There's never enough of them. And like old swings, not like those weird chair swings. Hey kid, want to see a dead body? Statistically speaking, your odds of seeing a dead body in the graveyard are very, very low. The tunnel connecting the UK and French Underground, I think... Well, my family is going to go to England and France later this year, and they're probably going to see that. I'm not going, though. I did get my passport photo taken recently. That was confusing. It looks a lot better than my last photo. Have a train that takes you to an underground Target in New York. Oh, that sounds awesome. Unless you're at a funeral. They're not showing the body in the graveyard. By the time they get the thing to the graveyard, the casket's closed. If you're using a casket. Most of the funerals I've been to have been, cremation. They just bury the ashes. I don't know what they did with that one, though. The last funeral I went to, They put the ashes in like this really nice box. I don't know what happened to the box though. I don't think they buried it. I think people who grew up with access to the internet around the 2000s or 2010s have probably seen someone die at least once, let alone a corpse. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna name names, because it's gross, but I've seen shit. Early Facebook, when videos were like anything goes. Oh my god. I have heard the horror stories of like, you know how all the moderators for various video websites, they're all in like foreign countries, like underprivileged countries and everything like that. And I've heard stories of like moderators from those countries just like they get no support at all, but they're seeing shit that's absolutely horrific. Live Leak. Oh yeah, didn't Live Leak die? So sad. Or was it World Star? I don't know. You know, there was always that meme about like somebody starts fighting and somebody screams World Star, but I never actually saw that in a video. Budwarg. Oh, we've all seen that. Yeah, don't look that up. If you haven't seen it, don't look that up. I want to know something? Or SMT? I don't know what SMT is. Wait, it's Shin Megami Tensei. I had Devil Survivor overclocked on the 3DS and I never beat it because one of the bosses was too hard. You check your BP. Oh shit, me too. Hold on. Oh, I have a heat warning actually. Why is that? Why is there a heat warning? It's not that hot out. It's fucking cloudy. You can animate? Cool. Humidex reaching 34. Come on, man. There were literally wildfires that covered the skies in smoke this summer. 34 degrees is nothing. Like, yeah, it's gonna be humid as fuck for the next 3 to 5 days. Welcome to the entire fucking summer. I will admit, it is, like, distressing. You know, September didn't used to be like this, but what the fuck can I do about it? Stop eating. I have to. It's so bad for me. Just when I was out getting my passport photo, see, I had to walk like 45 minutes to go to the place to get the passport photo because I don't have a car. And I was there, you know, they got the dollar store there too, so I'm like, oh, I gotta hit up the dollar store. And then, of course, I buy candy at the dollar store. I bought some real fruits, which are shit now because they got rid of the bag with all the different flavors in them, and they got rid of my favorite flavors, which is garbage. And I bought some Tootsie Rolls and a big thing of gum. So I bought too much candy and I've been eating it. Food addicts be like, no bro, I need to eat or else I'll die. But eat something that's not candy. And I don't like rice. Yeah, the dollar store. The store where nothing actually costs $1 because of inflation. It's hard, like, I think the only thing under $1 is like those tiny packets of chocolate covered raisins that have like 5 raisins in them. Rice, very good. We can't be doing this. Biden's Canada? Is it because of the inflation? 4 bags of candy do be costing $5 now. Yeah, seriously. That trip to the dollar store was like $12. It's ridiculous. Consume estrogen instead. I already do that. dollar stores went up to $1.25, and I was like, I will never financially recover from this. You gonna cut the One Piece stuff out of the Splatoon script? How is that even related, though? They don't reference that in Splatoon. Dollar store should call it the $3 store. Right. I remember when I was a kid, there was like 5 different versions of the dollar store. Like, you got Dollarama, a buck or two, and there was just like the regular dollar store. There's a Splatoon manga. Yeah, I've heard of that. I remember seeing like screen caps of it when somebody was trying to determine whether or not the squid kids were allergic to water. Gotta go to a show soon. Oh, the Saturday show. You know, yeah, never mind. I don't need to say that. There are multiple Splatoon mangas, and they all involve all the gore you're not allowed to see in the game. The Inklings are allowed to swear in the manga. I wonder if rich people shop at Million Store. I remember hearing this crazy story. Go to the US, I don't know what to do culturally. Listen, American food, I know most of you watching are American. I can't handle American food for too long, because most food sold in the stores are like legitimately made with like so many additives and bullshit that just eating it makes you exhausted. I understand why like there's like such a terrible obesity crisis in the US, because all the food is full of extra bullshit and it makes you lethargic. It's crap. American food is really crap. Anyway, as for the rich people thing, I remember hearing the story about how it's like this really fancy, like, I don't know, clothing store or something, and the trick is you go in there and you say like you want to buy something or whatever, but the people working there are like really snooty, and like they'll like literally take something from you and put it back on the shelf, and they'll just be like, this is too expensive for you, to like make you get angry and like more determined to buy it. And apparently that really works on rich people. Yeah, if you can make your food from scratch in America, it's fine, but every time I go there, like, I'm not staying in a place where I can make my own food, so I have to like eat out or just like eat snacks and shit. It's all really bad. What you can do in the States? I mean, there's Disney World. I don't even know. My mother is going to the South. I'm not gonna say where. It's pretty obvious where, though. For 3 months in the winter. She's really desperate to spend the winter down south because she hates the cold. And she wants me to go visit her for like a week while she's down there. And I just can't see the appeal. Like, yeah, they play a lot of pickleball down there, and I guess that's why she wants to go. Just, there's nothing to fucking do. It's not like you can walk anywhere because, you know, it's America. Like, I don't like being down there. Like, sure, it's nice to get away from the cold, but unless you're at a resort, like, why even bother? New Splatfest drop. They're putting these out way too fast. Are they over yet? Is this the last one? What the hell is pickleball? Oh, you wouldn't even fucking believe it. Pickleball is like a sport that, like, if it had been big at the right time, it definitely would have been referenced in Gale by Chris Fleming. That's what kind of sport it is. It is a sport for white middle-class moms. I'm serious. That might be a bit like stereotypical, but honestly, those are the only women I ever see playing it. So, pickleball is it's like table tennis but bigger. Like it's like they take up half a tennis court and they have these big paddles and balls with holes in them, and they hit it back and forth over the net, and that's what it is. It's pickleball. Every explanation I've read for why it's called that never is satisfactory to me. It is a fusion of ping pong and tennis. Yeah, you could call it that. Yeah, it's very trendy. It's a very trendy sport, and my mother is fucking obsessed with it. She's obsessed with it. She plays it multiple times a week. Like, it's like she's waiting for concert tickets to, like, book into, like, one of the few places in town where, like, they actually have a court where you can play pickleball. Like, she'll just be like, okay, at 1 o'clock, I have to sign in to, like, it's first come, first serve for this one court in town. I'm just like, lady, holy shit. She's got, like, 6 different pickleball paddles. She's got one that's, like, $300. She has her own pickleball net that she carries around her car. She's fucking obsessed. She's obsessed with the game. And, of course, she lives going down south because the apartment that she's renting is like a 5-minute walk away, but of course she drives because she's got the net, from a pickleball place that literally always has people playing there. Because, you know, it's warm. They're just outside all the time. Yeah, they are wiffle balls, but I think pickleballs are like slightly smaller. I don't know. That's crazy commitment. She's in love with the sport. She's got 2 special, and by special I mean really crappy, Blue Jays pickleball paddles that they were giving away for free at a game one day. And I'm just like, apparently they suck to use. I don't know if that's better or worse than the cricket shirt I got. I finally tried that thing on the other day, and it's just the worst friggin' fabric of all time. I know that's not what they're wearing when they play cricket. There's no way. Not that it fits anyway, because it was an extra large. They were all extra larges. That was the most hilarious thing, because everybody got the free cricket shirt when you go in, and then later we're walking around the stadium, and there's just these kids that are drowning in the uniforms because they're all XLs. Alright, goodbye, Daffy DJ. Good luck with your data. Beer ball is much more interesting. You mean beer pong? Take a swamp tour, you can see the alligators. I saw the manatees. That's where I got Grenifer. Okay, goodbye, ambiguous. Try fruit. I don't have any fruit left. Because I bought all the candy. What's your pick between Shiver Fry and Big Man? Oh, Big Man. Straight up. I saw the betrayal video. Shiver and Fry are way too toxic. Big Man is the one who wants to bring everyone together. Plus, he makes all the songs. What's the most out there pet you would seriously consider getting? A ferret. People simp for Shiver because she's punk. Listen. She's hot. Definitely she's hot. But she's a bit toxic. She's a bit of a bitch. What about a hedgehog? No, Big Man, all the A. That's what he says. Thank you, Daffy DJ, for the $5. Thank you so much. Where's my mouse? for some reason I have to like react to those now. Name 3 countries that you have visited that you would like to visit. I guess Ireland.
I don't know. Have a great day, everyone.
New Zealand. And Japan. So I can buy OnStars merch. Calling a Splatoon character hot is definitely something. Are you fucking kidding me? Have you seen Shiver? Have you seen Marina? Like, shut up. They knew what they were doing. There's a reason why all of the idols are girls, except for the one that isn't, who is a manta ray. All right? They know what they're doing. Your passport expired. You should get a new one. In case of an emergency and you need to leave. Why does the parade master look like Eggman? Because it's fun. Hold on. I just want Lies of P to come out. Why'd you have to remind me? We've P-brained again. I'm so fucking mad. How many days is it? Does it have a midnight release? I'm not paying to play it early. That's garbage, and I refuse to encourage the practice. Those are my morals. How many days is it? Does it have a midnight release? Tell me. I've got the whole day Tuesday to play it because they moved volleyball to Wednesday. Never pre-order. I'm not going to pre-order it. But I am going to be buying it on day 1 anyway, so I may as well preload the thing. I mean, it's not like it cost extra to do that, does it? I don't think it does. I don't know. I don't think I've pre-ordered a game before. Or like a heavy main. I've never played Team Fortress. I only play Lies of P. That's the only game I want to play. It's the only game I ever want to see in my life ever. It's the only game I ever want to talk about. Give me the game. I want to play the game. I'm so mad. How many days is it? I'm normal. I'm not normal. Because I'm a freak, and I'm not normal. What's that? That's like that WWE promo. He's like, but then you throw Kurt Angle in the mix. Or whatever. You still taking money for game requests? Yeah, sure. I guess. What about Ensemble Stars? Yeah, but that's the only game. Listen, I don't count phone games as real games, alright? I'll be quite honest. Maybe that makes me a hypocrite, but if I'm playing on my phone, it's not a real game. It's just a thing I do. OnStars, that's a thing I do. It's not a game. You're waiting for the PC release. Listen, I did a bit of digging. Apparently the PC release is buggy as fuck, so it's probably going to be a really long time before we see it. Pokemon Go isn't a game. No, it's not. It's not a game. It's... You walk around. Since when is that a game? Insert no, you're not a gamer. Copy paste here. Fine. Listen, I just don't see mobile games or gacha games as real games. They're there for you to look at cute pictures. The gameplay is relevant. Monster Hunter 6? I don't care about Monster Hunter. If I play Hearthstone on my phone, I wouldn't consider that a game. Their games are just objectively less quality. Yeah, because guess what? Controls on a touchscreen suck most of the time. I think that Lies of P is going to be a series. Depends on how well the first game does. And I hope it does great. I hope it's like sleeper hit of the year. Well, not the sleeper hit. That would probably be like, you know, that rhythm game that everybody was talking about. Hi-Fi Rush or whatever. Sleeper hit. Something like that. I don't really know what that word means. But, well, thank you, Kuma Teddy, for the $2. Yeah. It was chocolate. It was Tootsie Rolls. Tell me to stop eating those. Genshin isn't a game. It is a pretty boy simulator. I know this. I've been on Tumblr. But seriously, everybody's like talking about like, oh, there's been so many great games coming out this year. All of them are from genres that I don't care about, and they're games that I don't really have any interest in playing. Meanwhile, Lies of P is like my white whale. More like a distraction than an experience that's as impactful as a console or PC game. Yeah. I just don't see it, you know? Seen the Genshin lads in many different positions. Exactly. They are there. They are there for yaoi to be made of them. And I respect that, but it's not a game. There's some great iOS games. Yes. Like Tiny Wings. God, I wish they'd make an Android version of that. Got Stray on Xbox. Oh yeah, I never completed all the achievements in that game. I wanted to. That game was so sad. And it's like one of those games that, you know, is like never gonna happen again, because like there's no way you can make a sequel to that. Flappy Bird, no. No. The thing is, I had an iPod Touch when that game came out. I could have downloaded it and like made a killing selling off my iPod Touch after it got kicked. It didn't get kicked off the App Store. They just took it down. But I didn't download it because it looked like shit. Flash games that have a mobile remake. Nitrum games, or Nitro, however you pronounce it. Those are games.
You're a real faker? That's so cool.
Oh, you haven't finished it? Oh shit, I thought you knew the ending. Don't. Okay, don't. I won't spoil it. Thank you, no one, for being a real faker for 5 months. I've not played Psychonauts. Yeah. No, it wasn't interesting to me. I don't want to play Payday. If I play through the Super Mario RPG remake and send you a compilation of all the cutscenes, would you watch it on stream? I don't think you need to do that. Somebody else will make one. Oh yeah, PS4s with PT. It's such bullshit that you can't play that game anymore. What the heck is Hearts of Iron? Planning on remaking the Clumsy Necromancer Girl? Yeah, still working on that. It's like when I remake it, I want the whole thing to be like one long video. This dude's right up fakes Thirst Alley. Was it like a bog man? Or Or was he just like really attractive? I know it makes me like, it's so normcore to say this, but you know, I really like attractive guys. There's really no in between. It's either like the weirdest dude you'll ever see or like the best looking dude you'll ever see. This confirms you are in fact straight. Don't put words in my mouth. You have no proof of that. Neither do I. We just don't know. He's a dark-haired pretty boy with a vest that was basically not there at all. So V. So V from Devil May Cry. Well, that's not entirely fair. His vest does cover a fair bit. It's still kind of saucy, though. We're all buying one way or another. Yeah, seriously. I was thinking the other day that, you know, I like gacha games with really pretty character designs, but I don't really play ones that feature a lot of girls. Like, I guess I did play Path to Nowhere for a little bit. That features a lot of girls, but there were a few guys too. I guess I'm not into them because, like, they're designing these characters to be, you know, like, sexy from, I guess, a male perspective. Maybe that's a limiting way to say it, but it's just, they're always like designed to, like, they're wearing shirts that like no woman would wear on a regular basis, like with weird cutouts, and like you can see like under boob, and I'm just like, I know who this was designed for. This isn't really appealing to me. But then I think of like another gacha game I used to play called Food Fantasy, and one of my favorite characters in that game was Stargazy Pie, who was like a really like pretty princess type girl, and she was gorgeous, and I was just like, yeah, that's great. And then they had like a summer skin for her that was basically her in a bikini, and it looked bad. She didn't even look like herself anymore. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just saying that gacha games that feature a lot of pretty girls are usually not made for me because I like different things in anime girls than like most people do. Have I played a Danganronpa game before? I've played most of them. Didn't play the one that's like the board game. Designed for the male gaze. Yeah. It's just, there are so many gacha games that are like, you know, it's all girls, and their outfits are just like too revealing for me to just like, for me to get it, you know? Like, I understand if, like, maybe there's, like, oh, there's a special outfit that's a bit more revealing. They have those sometimes in the other gacha games I play, but when their basic standard outfit is just, like, it's all tits and, like, skin all the time, I'm just like, oh, we should dress these girls up fancier. I love fancy outfits. I guess that's just it, you know? OnStars is built around fancy outfits. Basically, all of the dudes have at least one suit outfit, and they're elaborate and pretty, and they look great. I can't think of many gacha games that feature a lot of women that have, like, you know, elaborate dresses. Or hell, put the girls in suits, I don't care. Like, they don't let them have fancy clothes. They have them wearing, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Sometimes it's like future chic or ripped jeans, and I'm just like, let's have some class in here. Let's let these ladies have some bows. I don't know. Like, let's make it fancy. They don't know how to get fancy. What is gacha games? Okay, I don't really know how to explain the origin of the term, but it basically means, like, gambling. So, if you're playing a game and to get certain characters, you have to, I guess, do pulls with resources. Like, say, you get 10 random characters for 3,000 diamonds. That's a gacha game. You get characters based on luck. So it's all gambling. That's how they get money out of you. Designing for men, less clothes. Designing for women, more clothes. Well, that's not necessarily true either. Some of my favorite outfits in OnStars are suits. Like, that one outfit with Maui with the corset, he is as covered as you could possibly be. If I wanted to see, if I wanted to play a gacha game with guys with less clothes, I would play New Carnival. Which, you know, I checked out, and it wasn't really all that interesting. Like, I guess I'm glad that a game like that exists. I'm glad that it can exist in the world. But it was too much for me. Holy shit. Elsie plays Civ, thank you for the $50. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna save that, put that toward my dental bills. Thank you very much, Elsie. That's very cool of you. Why isn't it popping up? The donations, they don't pop up in a timely manner. Yeah, you know, gotcha being... There it is. That still fits.
When I first heard the term gotcha, I thought it was spelled gotcha and NGL. That still kind of fits lol.
Yeah, 'cause they gotcha. They're gonna get you. Haven't gone to the dentist in so long. Ooh. That's a bad move. Listen, I know it's expensive, but you really gotta go to the dentist. Otherwise, it'll just get more and more expensive. Listen, I'm still waiting for my last wisdom tooth to make its horrible emergence, and me, I'd have to get fucking dental surgery over it, and that's gonna be expensive. So... like, really. Had a panic attack and had to sit back out in the waiting room. Yeah. I mean, honestly, with how much time I spent at the dentist as a child, fucking hating it, I feel like I should be more traumatized about the dentist than I am, but, like, fuck it. It's just something you gotta do. I hate it. I really do hate it. It fucking sucks. It's like the worst sensory experience of all time. The needles? Yeah, that sucks ass too. One little fun thing is trying to whistle after they freeze your mouth. That's at least kind of fun. It doesn't work. And saving the smaller chests to be bigger ones all at once because I like how hype fake gets. Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't very hyped this time. Hold on, I can do this. Let's go! That's how you do hype. Used to be more regular with it, but COVID disrupted that. I don't know, I still kept going during COVID, because every time you're done at my dentist office, they're immediately like, okay, would you like to book for 6 months from now? And I'm like, yeah. So you get booked in, like, ahead of time anyway. I got booked in so far ahead of time that the dental hygienist, or whatever it is, quit the practice, and they had to call me and like, reschedule me. Dentists just eat fear. They want you to be scared. I don't know. Like, my teeth have always been shit, but when I was a kid, I don't know what it was. I don't think I went to the dentist for like a really long time. And by the time we got to one, I needed like 8 cavities filled. Like all at once. It was a fucking nightmare. Because apparently when I was a kid, my parents had my teeth painted with this stuff that prevents cavities. I don't know if that's still a thing that exists or if it was even real at the time, but it wore off and then it was just like, oh yeah, you, like, hey 8-year-old girl, you need to have a whole bunch of shit drilled into your mouth all at once. Like, great. I'm really glad that didn't fuck me up forever, because it easily could have. That could have led to a lifelong fear of the dentist. Does Canada do water fluoridation? Well, they don't in my town. I remember hearing that in an advertisement once. They were like, hey, this area or like county or whatever does not fluoridate their water, so get fluoride toothpaste. And honestly, can you even buy a toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride in it these days? I know there are special ones that have extra, but all toothpaste has fluoride. But I wish they did put fluoride in the water, because then it would be easier for me to take care of my shitty teeth that always, even when I'm taking the best care of my teeth possible, I will still get cavities in places that you can't even reach with a brush. It's garbage. That's happened to me more than once. They put a solution in your eyes and you were semi-blind for 6 hours. Yeah, I think I did that too as a kid. I don't know what it was for, though. Turns out your eyes were absolutely fine. Yeah, but like putting drops in your eyes to make them blurry, I think that's pretty standard practice, right? Just to like see if some shit is wrong. God, but my character, he dumped my eye score to pump up my teeth and hearing. God, I wish that were me. You need to brush your teeth? Yeah, you do. We all need to brush our teeth. Like right now. I'm not gonna, though. It was scary at the time since you were quite young. Right. You can't play video games with your eyes all blurry. That's the truth. I don't know. I don't think it made me blind for like 6 hours. It was just like I was sitting in... They gave me the droplets and then I was sent back to a waiting room and I was just sitting there as I slowly became unable to read like the magazine that I found. Glasses exist? Yeah. What about it? Doesn't change the fact that my eyes are shit. And I don't want to do LASIK. That's garbage. Because it doesn't even last forever. You'd hope, right? Like, if you're doing, like, a treatment to fix your eyes, it'd be like, oh yeah, you're good forever. But no, it lasts, like, maybe 10 years, and then you need, like... And then you're farsighted. Farsighted, right? Because that's what happened to my mom. She had LASIK eye surgery, and that fixed her vision. And then now she needs reading glasses. That's even worse. I just wear these all the time. It dilates your pupils so they can see if you have an infection behind your eye. Oh. Oh, you got misophonia? That sucks. Ubisoft Star Wars game is going for big but empty. So like all Ubisoft games. That sounds like shit. I don't like AAA games. I don't even know if Lies of P counts as a AAA game. I don't think it does. I don't think it should count. Maybe AA. Because it's not from like a major studio or anything. Like, we now live in a world where, like, you can't even tell, like, the biggest games from, like, mid games because graphics are so, like, intense now. My dad had his eyes cut open and fitted with these weird lenses. What the fuck? Don't think I've ever launched a Ubisoft game in my life. Well, you wouldn't want to because you have to buy Uplay. Well, not buy. You have to download it. One time I bought a game from Steam that I didn't realize was a Ubisoft game. It looked like an indie game, and then I downloaded it and they were like, "Hey, you got to sign up for Uplay to play this," and I refunded it. It was like, no, I don't have to sign up for Uplay to play this. I could just pirate the game and not have to deal with that. Why are you stupid? I remember playing Watch Dogs on my PS4, and it was like, hey, do you want to sign up for Uplay? Because when you're on console, they can't force you to sign up for it. So it was like, every time I was like, no, fuck off. Garbage. You're all garbage. Ignore that. It was to remove cataracts. I hope I don't get those. I feel like I might be predisposed. I think my grandmother had them. I don't know. You ever played a Ubisoft game? I don't know. You might have played one by accident. Like, not one of, like, the big first-party, like, Assassin's Creed games, but I know that Dogs with a Z for Game Boy Advance was a Ubisoft game. They own a lot of shit. How much did my model cost? $0. I made it myself with Vroid Studio. It's basically just like defaults that I recolored. It's pretty easy. Well, I guess if you know what you're doing. I don't know. I repainted the hair myself. I mean, I dyed it, because this is real. Like that their list never played anything that I saw. Wow, you never played Rayman? Crazy. First Pokemon DLC comes out on the 13th. Is Arvin gonna be in it? Is Arvin gonna be there? I don't care, I'm still not buying it. Ubisoft did the console version of Oblivion? Huh. Oh, that's what it is. It's the sound that it makes. Right. Japanese is a fun language. Wish I could wear glasses just for the cute aesthetic. Yeah, I mean, they are fashionable. But then again, remember how back during the hipster craze in like the 2010s, there was a bunch of people that would wear glasses without lenses just for like the fashion. And I was like, that's appropriation. I don't know, it, like, I guess sunglasses are fashionable, but, you know, the regular glasses that you just see through, they're like a disability aid. I was like, you don't need those, take them off. I don't know. I guess these days I wouldn't really mind. But that was the thing, you know, those 3D glasses, the old ones you get at the theater, if you push like the 3D lenses out, they just looked like regular nerd glasses. My sister did that a couple times. Mortal Kombat 1 and Lies of P come out on the same day. Mortal P. Lies of Combat. Days of wearing shutter shades. Oh my god. The days of LMFAO. One of the guys from that duo is making a comeback, right? I forget his name. I was really surprised to find out they were an uncle-nephew duo. I didn't find that out until a few years back where I was like, man, LMFAO used to be the biggest thing. What happened to them? I guess they fell out over creative differences? I have no idea. Pull off a hat mask combo. What kind of mask? Like a medical one? You wear like a snazzy hat with like a medical mask? But yeah, shutter shades were like the worst thing ever. Like, how do you even see through them? Saints Row devs shut down their studio. Yeah, I heard that the reasoning for that was kind of like suspect because the latest Saints Row game didn't even really bomb. Like, I heard that it just like, it did like okay. It didn't like bomb, so it doesn't really seem like there was a reason to shut them down. Ignore that. Okay. Actually, you know what? Question to the audience. Since Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal came out on the same day, which one did you buy? I bought Animal Crossing. I had to buy the digital version, though, because that's when everything was shut down. Very sad. Neither. Alright, I didn't realize everybody in chat was a bunch of nerds. 3D movie glasses look more like sunglasses than regular prescription glasses. Yeah, but like if you knock the lenses out, then they look like regular ones. Flower crown, long hair, and fake glasses. Oh my god. Both are Animal Crossing. Alright. Maybe it was this needs to be a home run or you're shutting down. Wow, that sucks. But you know, I saw like people talking about how unfortunate it was on Tumblr. This is like the difference between like Tumblr culture and everywhere else on the internet, because on Tumblr they were like, oh, this is so fucked up, the game didn't even bomb, and they shut down their studio, and they shut it down on the last day of the month so that they wouldn't get health insurance for September, and I was like, wow, that's really fucked up. And then I go to YouTube, where I'm subscribed to, you know, Critical and Young Ye, or however you say his name, and they're just saying like, oh, the game bombed and everything. And everybody in the comments section is like, yeah, well, they deserved it because of all like the rude shit they were saying to fans on Twitter. And I'm like, whoa. It's crazy seeing like different perspectives on this story. Evolution was from emo to Flower Prince to Tired Guy. You could be a tired emo. New Detective Pikachu comes out tomorrow? Like the game or a movie? Yeah, that's how it always goes for me with Animal Crossing. I play it a lot for like a month and then I stop playing forever. It gets to a point where like, even if you wanted to get back into the game, you'd feel a bit too nervous to, because it is one of those things you have to maintain on a day-by-day basis, and if I was to go back, my entire town would be covered in weeds, and I'd just be like, this is too stressful, there's too much work to do in Animal Crossing. You don't have your hair straighteners anymore? Then buy some. Get crazy with it. Next month, okay. Is it a game? By the time I thought about picking it up, my friends had already dropped it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of did come out at the perfect time when everybody was at home. I don't know. Just thinking back to it all just makes me feel so very grim. Why was that allowed to happen? It's still happening. They're still saying like, hey, it's making a comeback, wear masks in a grocery store. I miss when I had fun at the grocery store. It used to be an event. Now it's like an obligation. You sent me the Doom Isabella thing? Alright. That's allowed, I guess. Let me see it. Okay. What is this aspect ratio? Oh my god. This is like a vine? Only now starting to interact with people on a more regular basis again. I mean, when it started, I was working night shift, so I wasn't talking to anybody anyway. It was a GIF originally. Right. Definitely taken from r/high quality GIFs. I don't even know if that subreddit still exists. I don't even know if Reddit still exists. I guess I don't miss it as much as I thought I would. It's crazy because it was like a big part of my life for like 10 years. But you know, everything fades away. They want lockbacks to come back so badly that they can be victims. Yeah, seriously. Like... I don't even know. I don't know what to say about it. I caught COVID. Like, nobody's ever given me shit for what? That's not entirely true. Nobody's ever given me shit for wearing a mask into a grocery store. Although one time when I was in Toronto, that one day I visited by myself to explore the path, I didn't take my mask off basically the whole day. Because, you know, it's fucking Toronto. It's germ city. So I'm walking up on one of the bigger streets just with my mask on, and a dude goes by on a bike and yells, "brain dead" at me. And that was the only time anybody's ever given me shit for wearing a mask. But yeah, I still wear a mask in the grocery store and nobody says shit to me, and they better not, because I'll just be like, hey, I had COVID this year and it fucking sucked. Would have tripped him? I mean, he went by so fast, he was basically saying it as he passed me. Probably died from COVID, so you're good. Fight back next time. It's not as though he walked up to me and engaged in fisticuffs. He went by on a bike and I didn't even see his face. He might not have even been talking to me. Still COVID-free after all these years. Jesus Christ, I literally thought I was gonna die. Maybe that was like me being dramatic, but seriously, my stomach hurts so bad in a way that it hasn't before or since, so I was like legitimately in so much pain. The only thing that helped was just drinking way more than the recommended amount of Pepto-Bismol. I'm pretty sure I emptied the bottle. It sucked. It was terrible. It was so bad, I was like, I think I'm fucking dying, or like, my appendix has burst and I didn't realize it, so I went to the hospital. That's how bad it was. I was legitimately afraid. I don't want that shit again. I don't want it to make a comeback. These motherfuckers who like think it was made in a lab or some shit, they're all idiots because they're just like, it was made in a lab, I don't have to wear a mask. And I'm like, if it was made in a lab to make people sick, that's even more of a reason to wear a mask. Don't let them get you then, idiot. Anybody remember the Herman Cain Award? Jesus. Put down and tell them you're wearing it because you have COVID. It worked the only time I got shit for wearing a mask. Okay, that is pretty funny. Yeah. Like, I'm grateful for the vaccines, because I know without it, it would have been way goddamn worse, but still. Just... I remember, just one day, in the middle of it, the only thing... I hadn't eaten anything that day because my stomach hurt too much, and I'm like, well, I gotta eat something. So, I, like, took a frozen pizza out of the freezer, I put it in the oven, and then I just, like, collapsed on the kitchen floor because I was just like, fuck it, I'm not going back to my room because, like, I'm not going to make it back here to take the pizza out of the oven. I just sat there on the floor until it was done. It was the worst thing ever. Shouldn't have gone on a cruise trip. Jesus, yeah, you shouldn't have. I mean... Cruise ships are like disease vectors at the best of times. Parents both got Delta and probably only alive because they got vaccinated. Oh, yeah. Watching college football? When are you not watching college football, Marilyn Brody? Oh yeah, like, that's number one, like, story on Herman Cain Award is, like, so many people that they're conservative, they didn't take it seriously, they refused to get vaccinated because, like, oh, my freedoms, and then they die. They die while their children are begging them to take their lives seriously. Jimmy Buffett's dead? Yeah, by the way. What would Jimmy Buffett do? That's unfortunate. How'd he die? He had to stop smoking? Yeah, you probably shouldn't smoke when you're sick. Just, you know, because of the lungs thing. It's kind of a big deal. He died of illness. Well, that sounds normal to me. Is that one image of a guy lying in a hospital dying of COVID and him saying, I'm more of a libertarian? Who? You know, Jimmy Buffett from that one, My Brother and Me bit. That's literally all I know him from. How does it feel to outlive the Queen of England? I mean, I'll let you know when I hit 100. He was, no, it's not a McElroy thing. He was a very famous musician, actually. Just like, you know, an American musician that's very famous, and now he's dead. He was explaining why he refused to get vaccinated as he breathed through his oxygen mask. Yeah, and I remember hearing all those stories of people being like, people begging for the vaccine now that it was too late and they were going to die. That's what happened. It wasn't... Like, there were people after the lockdowns ended, they were like, was that all really necessary? And I'm like, it would have been if any of you cunts had stayed inside. I'm sorry, I know that's extreme language, but whenever somebody, like, complained about how the lockdowns did nothing, I'm just like, of course it did nothing, because people didn't fucking stay inside. Lockdowns would have worked, because listen, I heard of so many different places where they're like, we are 100% COVID free. Like, I think they said Nova Scotia was 100% COVID free, because everybody just stayed indoors. And everywhere else, everybody was breaking lockdown constantly and spreading the disease, so of course the lockdowns didn't work. I'm sorry, I get unreasonably mad about it because that shit did go on for like 2 years to the extreme and is still happening today in a less extreme form. It still makes me incredibly angry that COVID was allowed to go on and spread as much as it was because people were selfish and couldn't just fucking stay indoors. God. There's fake vaccine videos where people pretended the vaccine made them sick, or people who thought the vaccine was going to put a microchip in their brain or make them magnetic. Just... If smallpox was around today, we'd never eradicate it. Isn't it still around in, like, other countries? The anti-vax... Oh my god, the fucking trucker convoy. I can't believe it took them as long as it did to shut that down. I remember seeing videos of, like, the convoy in Ottawa and just being so fucking mad that they had the balls. Like, seriously. The idea the vaccine was going to kill you after 3 years. Oh, that's just the latest estimate. See, like, they were saying that anybody who died from anything was like a vaccine death. They keep moving the goalposts because, of course, most people who got the vaccine didn't die because it was like any other vaccine. So they moved it from 6 months from now, everybody who got the vaccine is going to die. When that didn't happen, they were like, oh, like, it's going to happen 2 weeks from now. No, it's going to happen next year. And then they were like, oh, everybody who got the vaccine is infertile now. And, like, it's all just nonsense. It's all just fucking nonsense. Yeah, polio's making a comeback. Great, great, awesome. I wanted Damar Hamlin to die so badly so they could attribute it to the vaccine. Yeah, they were saying that people who died in car accidents were because of the vaccine. Sounds like a religious cult. It kind of is. It's this thing called QAnon. I don't really want to get into that. After he survived, they started calling him a body double. Oh yeah, like Paul McCartney. I don't know. If there's one thing that is negative about the internet, it's that it's allowed all these conspiracy theory loons to, like, join together, more easily communicate with each other, and whip each other up into even more of a frenzy with even more insane conspiracy theories. Literally insane stuff that is going to, like, push somebody unstable over the edge and, like, get people killed, which it has done before. There's a lot of white terrorism in the US. Yeah, just straight up. A single person can actually make a video to show the microchips in them. Oh my god. What? The whole thing, like, anybody who believes that a vaccine would have a microchip in it doesn't understand just reality. Why would they put, like, the assumption is, like, the microchip is some sort of tracking device, or maybe they think it's like mind control or something, which, you know, let's ignore that. Let's say that they think that the microchip in the vaccine is like a tracking device. Why would they need that when everybody carries around a tracking device with them anyway? It's called a smartphone. Basically, everybody has one. You're pretty much being tracked all the time by your phone service provider anyway. You pay to be tracked by them. You pay for the privilege. Why would they ever need to put a chip in you to track where you are? That's so stupid. Even if it was like a thing that could happen. Injection is such a terrible way to do that. Yeah, seriously. You know, when they put tracking chips in dogs, they don't inject them. See how much work goes into putting in a contraceptive implant? Oh my god, yeah, seriously. They're like, the vaccine's gonna make you infertile. And I'm like, okay, I don't think one injection has that ability. And even if it did, good. Like, listen, if I could have gotten, like, permanent contraception along with my COVID shot, that would have been awesome. I don't know, I'm not good at conversations in real life. I don't tend to go off IRL. It's just because I'm on the main stage. Yeah, exactly. These are the kinds of people that are like, they're like, no vaccine. It's got a microchip in it that's going to track me. But then they'll put their face all over social media. They'll like give up all their data to Facebook. These people are idiots. I'm an introvert. I'm mentally unwell. Men can just get cords cut. Yeah, I wish it was that easy. If I want permanent contraception, I gotta go like under the knife big time. They gotta knock me out and everything. And it's hard to get if you don't already have kids. They grow back sometimes. Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah. Oh my god, seriously. I can't even get started with conservatives. I just have no fucking patience for them at all. Just any of, like, I don't know how this happened, but, like, I guess it's because Trump got elected and all of them were like, oh, we can just get, like, more visibly unhinged and it'll be totally fine. Just... As soon as, like, the People's Party of Canada started cropping up around here, I was just like, no, I have no fucking patience for this. You people are anti-science, like, just anti-freedom buffoons. I can't with their anti-intellectual stance. These people are a cancer on society. Ten kids with 10 different women, got a vasectomy, and somehow had 4 more kids afterwards. Maybe put on a condom then? Like, I don't know, just wrap it up, dude. STDs, those are a problem too. Like, there might be guys that, like, think, oh, great, I've had a vasectomy, I can just, like, sleep around with chicks, no condom, and I'm like, did you forget STDs exist? You forget about that? Oh, thank you, Max. You're being a real faker for 30 months. You spent $35 on candy. £5. That seems expensive. They're really ripping off for candy. GF is proud. Nice. But if you go to Bulk Barn, I think you can get that candy for cheaper. I'll just be straight up. They're kind of price gouging you. But thank you for being a real faker. Talk about something less controversial. What? Saying that, like, conservatives are against everything I stand for in life? How's that controversial? It's delicious. Well, what kind is it? £5 is a lot? I don't know. I bought like 5 pounds of chocolate covered raisins before. It was only like $10. I don't know. I like, Canada has definitely been like strengthening protections for like things that I care about in the past few years. Thank goodness. But like when the next election comes up, I'm fucking terrified, because if a conservative gets in, all that could be reversed. I have no doubt that all of it could go away like that. I don't know. Like, Trudeau keeps fucking up and nobody likes him anymore, but let's be real, it's better than it was when the conservatives were in charge. Kit Kats, Heath Bars, Reese's, Milk Duds, and Milky Way. A lot of chocolate in there. I don't know what a Heath Bar is. Like living in the US because conservatives treats trans like people. Right. That's your only thing. Well, hey, you've got all the candy you want. That's good. Good for you. Things are getting pretty bad in the States, though. Like, you got, like, the Democrat guy in the White House, but all the states are doing their own thing, which seems counterproductive. I don't know. Why does it do that every time I blink? Every time I blink, it, like, makes my head shake up and down. Why is that a feature? Live in one of the less dumb states. Yeah. I don't know. Shit's getting scary out there. Most of the courts are conservative thanks to Trump. Yeah. Just the amount of damage that orange crustacean made. Just... I don't know why I called him a crustacean. Just the amount of damage he did, like, it really cannot be understated. Like, he really fucked shit up. You live in the Bible Belt? Oh, Jesus Christ, Max. I am sorry to hear that. It's not really your eyelids blinking, it's them staying in place and it moves your head. What? Why does it do that? How do you even program that? That's so weird. Mango Unchained. There were so many American Mormons in my city today, and they said hello to me and my friend. I'm like, an American accent? Yeah, Mormons are kind of the worst. You know, they literally send them out, like, they send those missionaries out just so they can, like, reinforce, like, you know how people are kind of mean to them? That'll reinforce their whole thing that, like, the world is against them and you can only trust the church. It's fucked up what they do to them. Vaguely worried about a Trump second term. Oh, God, I hope he gets charged with a felony first. You can't be voted in as president if you have a felony, right? Canadian rep saying they should make plans for if a Republican gets in power in the U.S. in 2024. I don't know who said that, but they're right. You should prepare for, like, any rep getting in. You can. His only hope to stay out of jail is to get elected and pardon himself. Ugh. Unless... Nah. All the people with guns like him. He can be president even if he gets sent to prison. Here I am just praying that, like, the U.S. doesn't have that much collective amnesia to remember how... to, like, forget how badly he fucked everything up the first time. Yeah, I would love it if he got Shinzo Abe'd. Use the same kind of gun, too, just like one that's held together with duct tape and has like 6 barrels, I don't know. We had a governor run the state from jail like 100 years ago. That's really dumb. That's, like, really dumb. Oh, yeah. Voting for him and, like, any time after 2016, like, listen, nobody knew how bad shit was gonna get. 2016, all the celebrities were dying. Everything was just all memes all the time. People were voting for Harambe. And yeah, I get it. People were just voting for him as like a joke, or because they were just like, you know what, let's shake things up around here. Now, if I find out you voted for Trump, I never want to speak to you or have you in my vicinity ever. I'm just like, I don't see a lot of Americans, but my parents have friends that are Americans, and if like I was ever invited over to dinner and they were there and they were like, oh yeah, I voted for Trump, I would fucking leave. Like, my God. Oh, you're getting glasses? Congrats, Max. You'll be able to see so many things. Remember people were talking about Kakistan? Yeah, all those people turned out to be really racist. Be able to see road signs again. Oh my God, you're driving with your... Oh no. Legally speaking, I can't drive without my glasses. US's two 80-year-olds as the front runners for president. Yeah, seriously. I remember when Trudeau first ran, and like the opposition's mudslinging campaign, like their ad campaign as to like why the other guy sucks. They were like, he's just not ready. He's too young. And he was like 40. Like, are you kidding me? Why do you have to be like elderly to be in a position of power? That's a terrible thing. Praying that I'm taking the right exit because I sure as hell can't read it. Oh no! Get them glasses, Max. Get them glasses.
That's so cool.
Thank you, Andres, for being a real faker for 6 months. Glasses gang. Most politicians are in their 50s and 60s. Yeah, and they fucking shouldn't be. Yeah. You know, Canada has had like one woman prime minister, and apparently it didn't work out very well. Want to get cute glasses, but it's hard to find them. I know, right? The last time I was buying glasses, I was so disappointed because, like, one, finding half rims is next to impossible, and they're all just like sporty and like bland colors. Like, yeah, they're like big, they're from big brands, but like they're so utilitarian. It doesn't look cute at all. That's why I had to just get new lenses put in my old glasses because they're fancy. They've got like a nice design on the arms. Couldn't find anything like that anywhere. Yeah, Max, I totally get it. Like, you deserve to look cute in your glasses. Got basic bitch ones, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta start with the basic bitch ones. It feels like they only have, like, the fun colors. Like, the glasses that come in fun colors are either, like, full-rimmed, like, cat-eye glasses, which isn't my style at all, or they're, like, glasses for kids. Ugh. Talking about politics again? I guess. I'm not going to pretend to be a political expert. I'm just saying that politicians are way older than they should be. You could get some blue ones. Those are pretty easy to find. Like $12. Really? Nice. Mine were like $200. Sucks. Online retailer. Oh, nice. You got the discount. Somebody here got elected as MP as a 25-year-old and people flipped out. Oh my god. You know that generation's gonna have to take over eventually, right? I'm cool politically. Yeah. Well, you know, it's always good to find creators that like align with your ideals, but like, you know, there's a chance that like we might not agree on everything. So you can't be like idolizing people. Your eyes aren't that bad. You struggle with 2050. I don't. Listen, I've never been able to figure out what the numbers of glasses mean. I don't know how bad my eyes are. I just know that they're bad. That's ageist. I'm fine with being ageist when it comes to politicians. Like, I'm gonna say it. An 80-year-old shouldn't be in control of anything. Except what they're, like, doing with their life. An 80-year-old should not be in charge of other people. Of course, my opinion on that may shift if, like, we ever solve aging and people live to be, like, 200. I might be like, oh yeah, 80's fine. It's those 150-year-olds that are the problem. No. A bunch of edgy 14-year-olds filled the chat with gun and Nazi information. Oh, man. Those people, like, that are interested in World War II, but, like, only the Nazi side. Those kind of people. There was like, oh, I forget what his name was. It's the guy that did the giant iCarly review. He was talking about like Nazis and how people think like they were intelligent because they were evil. And he was like, if Nazis were so fucking smart, if they were like, if their brains swelled, if their heads swelled because of the size of their massive brains, if they were the smartest people ever, they would have won the fucking war. And I'm like, damn, he's so right. GF sent me a random text calling me hot. How do I respond? I guess it depends on what kind of, like, texting relationship you have. It's scary to take political advice from YouTubers. Ooh, not Jordan Peterson. Oh. Yeah, seriously. And then you've got, like, bread tubers, which I don't really know what the term means, but there's, like, they've got other opinions, but they're kind of, you know, socially a bit weak and, like, not very concrete. I don't know. Just don't take political advice from YouTubers. Don't take political advice from me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Right, goodbye, Jacob. Have fun with your cheap lobsters. I don't like seafood. The only good thing about Red Lobster is the biscuits. Even their pizza's shit. Just stumbled out a bunch of random stuff in a weird, goofy, introverted, shy girl way. Exactly how I would have done it. Good job. Pizza at Red Lobster? Yeah, they have seafood pizza. It's fucking disgusting. That's the only time, like, I think that was the last time I went there. I don't even know if we have a Red Lobster here. You're gonna watch the Blue Beetle movie? I know nothing about the character, so probably not. The fuck was that? What's Red Lobster? It's a seafood restaurant with good cheddar biscuits. And when I say biscuits, I mean, you know, like they're tiny buns. I don't know what you call them in the UK. They got rid of all the Red Lobsters because the fishermen complained. Well, isn't all their shit made from frozen anyway? I think I remember ordering, something from there once and being like, hey, can you make this without broccoli? And they're like, oh, we can't because it's made from frozen. I'm like, okay, guess I'll just pick it out myself. They made it illegal to sell a partial lobster. Well, that sucks. What if you don't like the whole lobster? Pineapple pizza is good. Hey, if I was a fan of pineapple, I probably still wouldn't like it because I'll be honest, fruit on pizza, like even if I like the fruit, doesn't really taste all that good. But fine, whatever. I just don't like pineapple. I have to know about a character to watch their origin movie. Yeah, but I'm just... It's been a while since I saw a new superhero movie in theaters, but I'm still tired of superhero movies. Like, I don't watch any superhero stuff these days, and I'm still tired of it. Like, I don't care about superheroes. I'm admitting it to myself. Like, yeah, The Avengers was kind of fun for a few years, but I just don't care about superheroes. I like Batman, that's it. And I still didn't see the newest Batman movie. I didn't watch that Superman cartoon. I just don't care. I like the video games. It's a little lighter than the heaviness of meaty pizza. Right. Post Endgame, don't care. I didn't even see Endgame. I was like already on the edge of being tired of superheroes, and it was like 3 hours long. And I'm like, no, I'm not seeing that. Fuck off. It doesn't even have an intermission. Shut up. You're gonna pineapple pizza in like 15 minutes? I'd eat pizza, but I ate too much candy today. I'm just gonna have a sandwich with the last of my Polish sausage. It's so expensive. I used to buy kielbasa. At least I think that's what it was called. But that was more expensive than the Polish sausage, so I switched. It's actually a lot better. Oh, thank you, Princess Ashley, for the $10. What specific things? What do you need me to say about your specific and obscure headdress? Was that the Ace Combat thing? Everybody in the comments section was like, "Oh, yo, based fake like knows all the Ace Combat deep cuts," and I'm like, I didn't write it. It wasn't me. Even like I said, like yeah. In the description, it's like, yo, this was commissioned by Princess Ashley. Ran out of fun money this week, spent all on those 5 pounds of candy, huh? You went to a fancy Japanese restaurant? I wish I liked Japanese food. Saw Patrol? No. God. Why would it be a choice between the two? You would only go see Paw Patrol if you're like 5 or have a child that's 5. Ace Combat ASMR, it's the Veteran Pilot series. Real life police dogs are exempt from ACAB. Yeah, but if it comes right down to it, oh, there it is, Jesus.
Mightism is acting up. I need a purple and red-haired anime cat woman to say things about my very specific and or obscure interests. I will pay you $12 to do so, and everyone will have to hear it.
Dogs, they're like exempt from ACAB, but like in a survival situation, you will have to shoot them. Like, they don't know what they're doing is wrong, but you still have to survive. I'm sorry to say. This is the way the world is. It's fucked up. Evens out all the times that police have shot dogs that were literally in cages and not a threat at all. Don't look it up. It's sad. I do a vlog when I'm in the States just being confused about everything. Go to a Walmart and just like feel your brain tear in half when you see all the different flavors they have of Oreos and cream cheese. Letting the dog take me out. Well, you do you, man. I remember, what is it, Boston Dynamics or whatever? They're making like robot police dogs, and people were like, oh, but they're friends. Like, they're so friendly. They're robot dogs. And then other people in the comments were like, no, they are a tool of oppression and you will hit them with hammers. Same shit with Japan and their Kit Kats. I know. That's so fun. We're just seeing the wall of guns. Oh yeah, we don't really have the wall of guns here. Or the flavors. Alright, goodbye, Alex. Sorry things got so dark. You have 20 Oreo flavors? I mean, if you look around, you can probably find them at some specialty stores. I'd love to have the, what are they? The cinnamon bun flavored ones? I had them once because, like, my sister ordered them from Amazon, and they were really good. I like them a lot, but they don't sell them here. Except I think in, like, one convenience store for, like, $7. Ever had Coke and coffee? I don't like coffee, so no. I'm sure there's like a bunch of different like specialty Coke drinks and whatnot. Walmart in your area does not have actual guns. You have to go to an actual gun/sports goods store. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I can't stand coffee, even with sugar. The taste just disagrees with me. I had an iced coffee once that was like maple flavored, and I was like, this is okay, but like, why would I drink this every day? Walmart started pulling back on the guns because of the bad press after all the shootings. Well, how many guns was Walmart really selling? I mean, I know Walmart is like the only place to shop in like a lot of country, like places out in the country, so maybe that was a big part of their revenue, but I don't know, if you're like really into guns as like a hunter, why would you buy your shit from Walmart? Wouldn't you want to buy it from like a real place with like people that are knowledgeable, not Walmart? People getting paid minimum wage Walmart. Go to Bass Pro Shop. Oh yeah, the Pyramid. It's really only hunting rifles and shotguns. Yeah, but like, man. We talking about guns? We were talking about Walmart, actually. I mean, I don't know. Going to Walmarts in the States is kind of a scary experience. I've been to several. They're all fucking massive, and they just sell, like, items you couldn't even fathom. Maybe it's just food in the US is so much more novelty-based. I don't remember what brand it was, but there's these frozen chocolate-covered banana slices that you can buy. And I remember having them when I was last in the US. They were really great. They were really delicious. They don't sell anything like that here. They don't sell, like, you know, those packs of, like, edible cookie dough you can get. They don't have any of those sort of novelties that are very common in the States, which is probably a good thing because they're very unhealthy. But I don't know. It's just, there's so many things you can only get in the States that you'd think wouldn't be there only. Like Swedish fish. Wouldn't believe what it's like on a Black Friday in Walmart. I can't believe They keep trying to make Black Friday a thing here, and I'm like, we don't need Black Friday. We have Boxing Day. We don't need it. Why would we need Black Friday? We don't even have Thanksgiving at the same time. We have Boxing Day. That's all we need. They have 5 kinds of Captain Crunch. I've never had Captain Crunch. Oh my god, hold on. Okay, my BP is not full on Obey Me, but not Obey Me. OnStars. My AP isn't full on Obey Me. I don't know why they have different names. Just call it Stamina. Nothing else in the Veteran series is a direct reference to Ace Combat. It's just Ace Combat-esque. Well, there you go. Cyber Monday. We do have Cyber Monday. I don't think I've ever bought anything on Cyber Monday. Oh wait, I think I bought a Hatsune Miku wallet from like Shark Robot once. Is that site even still a thing? I stopped getting emails from them like years ago. They still selling Has-Been Hotel merch or whatever? The Pink Sauce Lady? Okay, the company that put her product in Walmart shelves. Listen, that whole thing was a disaster from the beginning. What the hell is Boxing Day? It's the day after Christmas. It's December 26th. Obviously, everything would go on sale right after Christmas is over because you don't have to buy gifts anymore, so everything's way cheaper, and you can go to that one pop-up shop that shows up around Christmas and sells a whole bunch of puzzles and get the puzzles for like 30% off. And then they disappear for the rest of the year. And then they come back in November again. And the puzzles are really expensive, but then it's Boxing Day and the puzzles are 30% off. Boxing Day is great. It's a great day. Go out on Boxing Day and you go shopping. It's so fun. And not nearly as hectic as Black Friday. I have never been in a store that was like even remotely close to like some of the crazy shit I've seen in videos of Black Friday. Everybody's shopping, but they're calm about it. Like puzzles, I just finished a puzzle of the solar system. Very exaggerated. They're obviously not real photos of like the planets. They're all just very exaggerated and colorful. But it was such a great puzzle, and it was panoramic, very wide. It barely fit on my coffee table. I decided that I liked it so much that I covered it in puzzle glue and I'm going to put it on my wall. It's a very nice one. It's got all the moons and it's like listed with like the names and everything. It's like sort of technical but like not realistic, so it's got like the distance from Earth. It's got all the technical terms and everything. I'm gonna put on my wall. Can I show you? Not right now. I'm using the camera for my face. Do you have coals in Canada? Maybe. I don't know. On Boxing Day, we used to go down to the seaside. Well, I think one time on Boxing Day, I went to the Rideau Canal. I love the Rideau Canal. Do a face reveal. No. I love the Rideau Canal. It's so great. I hope it's cold enough, because global warming. I hope it's cold enough to skate on this year. It's so fun. I love the Rideau Canal. I've heard that some people in Ottawa, like, legit just skate to work in the winter. Because, like, it goes right into downtown. I think it's, like, 8 kilometers long. It's, like, the world's longest skating rink. It's so great. I love the Rideau Canal. And they'll, like, set up, like, a beaver tail stand on the ice. It's so fun. Never let me do a face reveal. Well, let's check the stats. I'm checking the stats. How many subscriber? Not a lot. Therefore, I will never. At this rate, I'm never going to do a face reveal. Maybe it's better this way. It has to be this way. Was a beaver tail stand? You know, like elephant ears, sometimes they're called. They're just like, you know, flat pastries, I guess, with just like, you know, maybe chocolate sauce or cinnamon sugar on them. Those kind of things. I guess an elephant. Okay, well, I don't know what the equivalent is in the UK. We just call them beaver tails here. Maybe I'll look it up and I'll find an answer. Elephant ears food. It's like fried dough. Yeah, okay, so it's just fried dough. That's just like, that's the name of it on Wikipedia, fried dough. So it's just fried dough with like cinnamon sugar sprinkled on top, or maybe icing sugar, and like maybe peanut butter or whatever flavorings. Like, I don't. Yeah, fried dough is also known as fried bread, doughboys, elephant ears, beaver tails, scones, pizza frite, flying saucers, and buñuelos? I don't know. That's what it is. That's what it says on Wikipedia. Sometimes they're called scones. Funnel cakes? It's kind of similar to funnel cakes, but I assume they're in a different shape. Aren't funnel cakes like in a funnel shape? Or like circular? Regional variants. In Canadian cuisine, they're called beaver tails. Don't know why that is. Yeah, a bunch of different names. I don't know, man. Kind of want to eat one now. There's got to be at least some place that sells fried dough in the UK. Or I guess funnel cakes, which are kind of the same thing, but like in a different shape. A smaller Italian variant common in North America is the zeppole. A zeppole, I think. That's how you say it. I don't know. It's like a fair food. If you scroll down far enough to get people cooking real beaver tails, that can't be real. Are those even edible? You have to do something that isn't lying down and sleeping. Right, eating the candy. Well, we'll see you later, Max. Have a good day eating the candy. I might head out too. It's like, I've been here for 2.5 hours and I'm very hungry. Ignore that. Want a corn dog now? I've had a deep fried Kit Kat before. It was just alright. They really went overboard. They were like, okay, we're gonna deep fry the Kit Kat, and then they covered it in icing sugar. Like, what are we doing here? It's been going on a while. I'm really, oh yeah, the space reset. I'm really taking up a lot of your day. Gonna catch some haggis, of course, naturally. Deep fried Snickers. Gross. And then they'll just like straight up go for deep fried butter. I don't know. American fares are kind of off the chain. Although the deep fried Kit Kat was at a Canadian one. It was at the Expo. I don't know what it's called. It was just the Expo. And there was a union strike going on outside, so they had a big inflatable rat. Laying on your bed on your laptop for this? Nice. Well, it's one of those days off kind of days. Not for me, though. I never take a day off. Alright. I'm gonna head out. Don't know what I'll do tomorrow. You know what? Maybe I'll just watch some more Devil May Cry cutscenes. That might be fun. Or maybe I'll make some fair food. You don't know. So thank you to everybody who watched. Thank you to everybody who became real fakers. Thank you to everybody who donated. And goodbye.